The Little Village, and the Attic and Beetlejuice, the Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good, the Spruce Moose. I like a little community. I like a little house. So when I came across a discounted birdcage, my objective was clear. I wanted to create something out of felt that looked as though I had taken a biscuit cutter into a village and taken out one of the homes to keep in my own terrarium. And like any good leader, I needed to make it a comfortable, beautiful environment to avoid revolt of my tiny occupants. So come with me in pursuit of home ownership. I just wanted to go really quick and dirty and make the foundation like the bottom green and brown part of this because I just wanted to see that it would work. I've never stuffed a weird little trunk pillow to fill a birdcage or like a spherical shape before, so I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants and getting after it. At this point, I was just checking to see if it fit, but shockingly it did. Oh my god, if this comes out, this is gonna be so cute. It's real. Unfortunately, I couldn't really get over the weird, harsh, little craggy divots on the edges of the top stiff felt, so after I understood that the shape of the foundation basically worked, I cut a new surface out of the softer green felt and did not sew it to the base so that I could use it flat. I chose to make a colonial house, which is like the simplest rectangular house you could possibly make. And this one I also measured pretty intuitively, which there are drawbacks to. But I wanted it to feel super whimsical and like a stupid person made it. Now, there is an argument to be made that leaving all the pieces separate on the house would make it a lot easier to embroider. But there's also an argument to be made for I didn't feel like doing that. Anyway, doing it this way made it inevitably more difficult. Whatever. I thought it would be really cute and satisfying to work on tiny pieces of felt. Because the pieces are so tiny, it's not easy to like grip them, to puncture them, to embroider with them. So it ends up being a little like clunky and dull and frustrating, and I don't know. There was no pair of shutters that I did the same way. I was following the spirit with every single one of them, and I was just trying to basically get it done because working with such tiny pieces of fabric was so frustrating and annoying. I probably should have had a better plan going into it, but that's not what Felt House is about. Felt House isn't about planning. The roof was easy peasy lemon squeezy. I could sew roofs all day. It was so satisfying to make this shape. What is this shape? I don't know what it is. Long triangle. Whatever that shape is, it's my new favorite shape. I thought about adding dormers, like little windows and jutty outy guys into the attic, but that would have just been so tiny. I think I would have lost my mind and it just would have looked like 3 little balls of yarn. Okay, how satisfying is that? I love her so much. Oh, it feels kind of good to hold.
Give it a try. It's like kissing a peanut.
Today the plan is to finish it. By the end of today, I will have a little mysterious village. By the end of today, I will have a single house. That's the plan, okay? Enough. I want to add a chimney. I want to add windows, extra windows in the back. I want to add greenery and freshness, and I want to basically finish this little plot. And by the end of today, we'll be in my cage forever. Let's get started. What I'm doing here is called loving the thread. I learned it from the Alabama Channon hand sewing books. It's basically like pulling through the thread several times before you sew with it so that it gets sort of rid of all the kinks and like the different directions that it wants to go in, and instead like follows a straight and narrow path. Something that's really great about this project, it's so fun to hold. It's so like satisfying to hold and touch and rub your hands over. To measure out the chimney, I basically guesstimated. I used intuitive measurement, which you can just assume from now on I'm likely doing. But then to make it 3-dimensional, because I didn't just want it to be a little flat layer on the side. I wanted to make like an actual stuffable chimney. I actually kind of really want like a massive hearth. It gets so hot that you can put like a little stand in there and then put a skillet on top of the stand and then cook. Anyway, I'm embroidering the fireplace now, and I'm bringing up some climbing vines, and I really wanted to make this like as chaotic and kind of overgrown as I could. Leaves are pretty straightforward and easy, but I couldn't verbally explain it to you. You just gotta look it up or watch what I'm doing here. Have you ever seen a house that's has like a massive vines over it, and then in the winter all the leaves go away and it's just this like spindly, spidery circulatory system over the house, and it feels like there will never be leaves there again? And then in the springtime it just like explodes with all of this greenery. I think that's magical. This is when things started to really get exciting for me. I added some French knot embroidered flowers in the flower boxes, window boxes. I added more embroidery across the house, sewed down that sort of corky walkway. I'm hot gluing with possibly the cheapest hot glue gun in the world. I'm not even sure it heated. I think I was just forcing the glue to liquefy. And making some bushes. And here comes the big kahunas, the tiny mini planters, and the street lamp. I decided to go in and paint the bushes so they weren't so I got the hang of it as I was doing it. And then I realized that like the paint added like really nice dimension in the foundation and in the house itself. And then it was time. I told you it was going to be fine. I think I said something like that. If I were to do this again, I would have done the windows, the front windows like this, because this grid pattern was just a pain in the ass to do. And this is so neat and lovely. But aside from that, this project is golden, baby. You can do this for any vessel. Mugs, urns, you can make a tiny house in a thimble, you can make a giant house in a swimming pool. The important thing is that we save objects like this from the inevitable shabby chic project that they would have been used for. Do you understand? That's our duty, that's our role. That's the higher purpose. And we did it, baby. I don't know if I mentioned, this house is extremely haunted. Anyway, thank you so much for going on this journey with me. If you would like to take further useless crafting journeys with me, welcome aboard. Catch you later, bye.